Hello everyone. Can you guys hear us? Yes, it's I think I'm going to introduce our guest speaker today, which is Alma.
Hi guys. My name is Amar. I am from Robo Markets. How are you all today? Feeling good? Can you all hear me very good? Fantastic. Great, great. So basically today we're going to go through how to open a brokerage account. We're going to go through a small presentation as well on some aspects of stock trading, investment, instruments, and so on. If you have any questions, I'll try to pause and answer them. We will have a Q&A towards the end. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. And I hope we have a great session. I'm looking forward to your questions. Okay, shall we begin? 1 second to set up the screens and we can start. Let me know, guys, when you see this. Can you all see the screen very well? Hello? Can everyone see the screen? All right, great. Let's start. So this webinar is going to talk about stock trading and, as I said, how to open an account and so on. So let's begin with the first slides. So we're going to go through choosing your broker, opening your brokerage account, Robo Markets, which is the company I work for, the overview, understanding trading instruments, what is stock trading, advantages of stock trading, our trader, which is the platform I'm going to introduce to you, and then quick Q&A. So when you're choosing a broker, there's 3 things you have to look into. Number 1 is it regulated? It's the highest level of security is when a broker is regulated, especially within European Union, since the majority of us are in the European Union. Regulated broker means that he has his books under control. He's following some kind of guidelines to avoid conflict of interest between the client and the broker. And Robo Markets is a regulated broker. And when you choose any broker, the broker should always be regulated. 2, negative balance protection. What that means is you cannot lose in any trade more than you've invested. The market moves in volatility. It means it moves quite fast sometimes. And there was an incident a few years back when the Swiss franc just dropped suddenly, and it was a lot of clients lost their money. So actually it's part of the new European regulation that every broker should have negative balance protections for all its clients. So that's another thing to look for. Third thing is segregated accounts. What that essentially means is that the broker's money is separate from the client's money. Your money is in separate accounts, so the money doesn't mix. It's quite important as well that all regulated brokers generally have segregated accounts. Any questions so far? All is good? All right, great. Let's move on. So there's a checklist when you choose any broker, and the important checklist is 1. Checklist 1 is regulated. 2, part of the investor compensation fund. What that is basically if the broker faces any financial difficulty in the future or goes through bankruptcy, for example, that you are protected by the regulator for a certain amount of money. 24-hour support. As you know, the markets, FX markets, the stock markets, the different exchanges that work on different times. You could be 2 o'clock in the morning trading stocks, and you might need help. You need your broker to be there for you 24 hours and provide you the support needed in case there's an issue. Third checklist is deposits and withdrawals. The majority of brokers offer a variety of deposits and withdrawals methods, credit card, bank wires, Skrills, web money, and so on. So let's say if you don't have a credit card and you can only do bank wires, you need that broker to be able to give you a good bank to work with. Variety of platforms. The most famous platform, most popular platform is the MT4. But it has its limitations. So it's important that the broker provides all its clients a variety of platforms that they can trade in, look into, study, and work with. Variety of instruments. The majority of brokers as well do have a variety of instruments, some of them limited, but a good broker would have a good variety for you. So you can be able to trade stocks if you want, and Forex if you want, and commodities like metal, oil, gold. So right instruments is important to fulfill all client needs, so your needs. And the final checklist, item in your checklist is low commissions and spreads, which is also very important. You don't want to pay more than you should have. And low commissions and spreads usually come with a variety of account types. So the broker could offer you 5, 6, 3, 2 account types in which you will find the account that suits you in both spread, commission, instruments, and let's say leverage and other things that you can discuss later. So choosing your broker, what I would say is first do your research, find the right broker that suits you, a broker that you feel comfortable investing in. 2, open an account and register with that broker. 3, in order that we're going to go through later, a variety of verification steps you have to complete in order to proceed with any regulated broker. There's certain documents you have to present. And invest and trade. So what we're going to do in the next step is we're going to actually open an account together. I'm going to show you how it's done with RoboMarkets, and we're going to follow the steps. At some point during the next steps, there's a test which I cannot follow up with you because you have to use your own knowledge. But we'll go through the initial accounts opening. Any questions so far, guys? Am I going too fast for you? All right, great. No questions. So let's proceed. RoboMarkets.com. So in RoboMarkets, you can, of course, on your own time, go on and look at the different account types that you can have, trading tools. It provides analytics from Close and Horns, which is, the highest level of analytics you could have. How to open an account, educational videos, FAQs, everything you need. But for the purpose of today, we're going to go through account opening process. So first is to click Open an Account button. The first one that you'll be faced with is you'll be asked to enter your email. Then a name. Let's give James Doe a name. And then your mobile number. And the reason you give your mobile number, it's important you receive SMS verifications or SMS alerts in case someone's trying to get into your account, or if you need to verify your account, it's important to add a valid telephone number, yeah? For this case, we won't add a valid telephone number so we can pass through the verification. So next we have 3 points that we have to look into. If you wish to proceed, you have to click on all three tick boxes. One is confirming you're over the age of 18. Two is confirming the terms of use of website cookies. And the third is receiving offers and company news through your email. And then you would click receive confirmation code. So you should receive in your email a confirmation code, which you can either click directly from your email or just copy the code directly and click register. So as you see, it was easy 2 steps, and we've quarter way through opened an account. So you'll have your email, your members area password. This is your members area, guys. So this is where you go in to see your account, to see your deposits, to change your password, and to check, let's say, the status of your account. So it's good to save this members area password. You should receive it also by email, but it's good to save it and change it later on. And I could show you how to do that. At RoboMarkets also we have a wallet. Essentially what a wallet is that you can use a wallet to deposit money in this wallet within your account, and then use that wallet to send internal transfers to your account. So let's say you have 3 trading accounts and you want to move money from trading account A to trading account B. You transfer the money from your wallet, from your trading account A to your wallet, and then onto your wallet to the next part. So this is just the initial stage. Let's move on to the next stage, which is account opening. Now here, generally you can open an account. We would choose an account, which is our trader, the account we're interested in now. And then the currency of your account, you can have Czech kronas, British pound, Swiss franc, euro, or dollar account. This is the account that you're going to deposit in the amount. So if you're trading with euro and you invest, let's say $100, then that will be converted to euro and it goes into your account. Leverage essentially is kind of adding more equity to your account. Not really equity, but let's say we choose the leverage 1 to 100. And I invest $1,000, and the leverage technically gives me 1,000 plus 100 times 100 to trade with. So I have more margin to trade with. Technically, it's kind of quote unquote a loan, but it's not reflected in your actual profits. It's just allowing you to open more positions. It just allows you to open more positions with, let's say, smaller investment amount. So let's go down to additional information part. This is where you enter your date of birth. Let's just enter date of birth here. Choose 83. Country of residence, your city. So here would say United Kingdom. We can say here London. And your Sheffield Street, and then your postcode. Choose your gender, your occupation. So I would say I'm a manager, and then the name of Can you guys see okay? Is everything clear for you in the screen? Is it blurry for you? Okay, so it's a blurry screen. All right, let me disconnect and And let's try again. If you can see better, I can magnify it for you. Let me know now if it's any better. You're supposed to be viewing a screen of account opening, not the slide. Can you see the screen? All right, let's continue, guys. Okay, guys. So, yes, the platform, our trader platform does not have an app. MT4 does. You can, however, open it on any iPhone or Android through the web browser. For John, I hope that answers your question, Sean. So let's continue. So the next step here is politically exposed person, which is, let's say, a politician and so on. You would say yes or no. Then your economic profile. How would you like to invest? Are you going to use a credit card or bank transfer or e-wallet? Let's say credit card for the sake. And how would you like to withdraw? Also credit card. It's also very important to remember that when you invest with any broker, if I invest $100 and I make $120, let's say $20 in profit, and I try to withdraw, the first $100 have to go back where it came from, and then the 20 in profit, I can send it where I need to send it. The initial investment has to return to the same method. So that's important for you to remember later on. So the next step is the test. Any broker, any regulated European broker requires all its clients to complete a test to test your financial ability in order to protect you from investments that you cannot make. So I cannot show you how to complete the test. You have to follow the questions. Let's say for the sake of this argument, you would click confirm, and then you would receive the educational test. It's 1 out of 10 questions which you have to answer in order to proceed. So after you proceed and you've opened, you completed the test, you would be asked to verify your account. There's 2 scenarios here, guys. One scenario is that you are able to complete the test and you can proceed. The second scenario, if you don't pass the test. If you don't pass the test, you can try again. However, it generally means that your knowledge is not sufficient enough to, and it's too risky for you to continue trading. In trading, there's always a risk. There's a risk of losing your financial investment, but there's also different ways in any terminal to monitor your risk and to make sure that you keep your risk under control, which you can learn later on during the seminars. So let's go back to our slides and steps, the final steps, which is passing through verification, we have not went through because, as I said, the test we have not went through due to regulatory requirements. I cannot show you how to complete the test, but once you've done that, we'll pass the verification. So We followed everything here, and later on we're going to go into the RTrader platform and show you how it works as well. So verification, what is verification? You have to verify two things with any broker. One, you have to verify your identity, so you are who you say you are. And two, verify your address or place of residence. When registering, make sure that it's your current address, because you are required to present some form of identification to verify that this is where you're staying. Usually for European citizens, a residence permit, identity card, national passport can be sufficient to verify your identity. It has to be a colored copy in which you would take a copy of the front and the back of your identity card or your passport and so on, and you would upload that into the system for us to check. Pedro, thank you for your question about leverage. We can go through it at the end if you like. We can go briefly through it. Second thing is for your identity, your verification of your address. Any utility bill will do, maybe electricity bill, not older than 6 months as well, with your address, your name very clear, scanned copy, and then you go on. When you invest with a credit card, you are required to take a copy of the front and the back of your credit card. Of course, you can hide the numbers in the back, the CVV code, but that's also to verify that you're credit card owner to avoid credit card fraud. Kylie, also very good questions. We'll get back to all the questions at the end. Why we choose RoboMarkets over any other broker? That's a very good question. So the last thing is a confirmation code for funds transfer, which is SMS, authorization of SMS. All these things are to protect your identity, to make sure that it is you, because you are dealing with money here, and your investment is money. So we need to make sure that you're protected, all your information is correct, and that you are the person investing these funds. RoboMarkets. So here's a brief history about RoboMarkets. The company has been alive since 2012. Actually, we have grown substantially in terms of not only products and services, but as a company, we have grown in the industry. We have a variety of platforms you can choose from RTrader, which we're going to go through later. We have all the major platforms, which is, if you're familiar with, MT4, MT5, the web trader as well. We have also the copy effect system, which is you can copy someone else's trades or a trader's trades as an investor, and you would have still full control. You have negative balance protection. We are a regulated European broker with offices worldwide, and we have participated in many events and won many awards. You can find all this information on our website as well, robomarkets.com. RoboMarkets also has sponsored several things from the Dakar show, also many athletes as well. We've sponsored the last FC Bayern with the FCV Manias football tournament. Next thing is going to be interesting. The next thing is talking about instruments. So RoboMarkets offers 8 different asset types. So you can trade Forex, Euro USD, Swiss franc against the dollar, and so on. You can trade stocks. You can trade indices. You can trade ETFs. Is it not clear? Okay, let's, sorry guys. Is it better now? So as I was saying, there's 8 asset types. That's not clear. So let's try a different way. 1 second. Okay, so great. Okay, so it's better. So as I said, RoboMarket offers 8 different asset types: forex, stocks, indices, ETFs. ETFs, basically, this is exchange traded funds, which is very interesting. We can touch up on that subject later. Soft commodities, which essentially is agricultural commodities, corn, and so on. Energies, metals, and the new founded cryptocurrencies. I'm sure all of you have heard of cryptocurrency trading. RoboMarkets also offers cryptocurrencies. Guys, if it's blurry for you, maybe try to disconnect and reconnect. That should help. So stock trading, we're here to talk about stock trading. And there's a reason we're here to talk about stock trading. The stock market is a collection of markets. I'm sure you all know about stocks and how they work. And let's say the stock of Apple, for example. But the fact is, it's a huge market. There's 16 exchanges worldwide, and each exchange is worth over $1 trillion. The stock markets, it gives access to us as individuals to be part of the growth of numerous companies growing in the market. If you want to be part of Apple's growth, if you want to be part of Amazon's growth, if you want to be part of Facebook's growth, you can go and buy some stocks and be part of that growth and be part of their business. There's different aspects of stock trading. There's contract for difference, CFD stock trading, and there's actual stock trading. We can go through both while we're going through our trader later on, but technically actual stock trading is when you purchase a stock and you're not purchasing just the value of the stock, but you're actually purchasing the stock. CFDs is trading stocks based on the value of the stock. Contract for difference, CFDs. So how does stock trading work? Let's talk about Apple a little bit. Apple since 1984 has logged in 18 positive annual returns. Its share price has jumped from 100 to 175. It's continuously growing year by year. If you watch Apple's new announcement, if they're announcing a new phone or a new product, the stock price usually is affected during that announcement or during the release of the announcement. How do you trade it? You pick your stock, you invest an amount that you want to invest in certain stocks. You go short or long. Technically, going short is selling the stock because you believe the value of the stock is going to go down or drop down. And going long is buying the stock because you believe the value of the stock is going to go up. When you buy the stock and the value goes up, technically you are going to earn. And if you short the stock and the value goes down, technically you're going to earn as well. And the opposite is true. Check your margin, make sure that you're okay, that you have enough margin to cover your position if the position goes against you, and then confirm, which we're going to go through our trader now in a little bit, and I'm going to show you how that's done live. Important to read the risk warning at the bottom. Risk is present with trading online. You have to make sure you do your homework, make sure you understand each investment that you're entering into, and understand your margins as well. So with every stock, there's also something called corporate actions. What are corporate actions? So the major corporate actions are listed here for you. So when a stock is a publicly traded company, usually the company issues dividends back to its shareholders. Dividends is like a percentage of profit, let's say. So when you're trading, let's say Apple, and Apple's doing really well, you would receive a dividends in form of corporate action. Mergers is, let's say Apple and Samsung were to merge, and in that case, what would happen is that there will be a merger between Apple and Samsung, and it will be public information, and so on. And there's several different corporate actions that happen, and it's important to understand how they are. In our trader, it's all automated, so you don't have to do anything. If there's a dividends to be paid, the company would pay it into your account directly. So you are entitled to dividends, and all the other issues are dealt with automatically through our systems. So let's go through our trader. Emmerich, 1 to 100 leverage, not dangerous for us. That's a good question. The higher the leverage, the higher the risk. So if you're adding more leverage, 1 to 500, 1 to 1,000, 1 to 100 for some people, the more leverage you add, the potentially higher the risk. And the vice versa is true. The higher the reward also. It works in both ways. It can work with you and against you. That's how you have to be very careful. With a lower leverage, you would have to invest more, okay, in order to be able to open the positions you want to open. But the risk is lower because you're using lower leverage. And if you add higher leverage, you'd have to invest less, but the risk is higher. So you have to understand what leverage is and how it works, and be very aware of what leverage you're asking your broker to give you. In most cases, leverage is anyway, due to European regulations, quite low, and it depends on your level of knowledge, which the broker will be able to provide you a certain amount of leverage. But it is very important for you to go and understand what leverage is before you proceed to investing.
Hi,
this is
Amma,
our
just
trader platform, guys. Yeah.
Amma, just to stop you there. Sorry, can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you, yes.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I had some issues at the start. It's Rishi here. Just to put a little segue before you jump into the actual charting software, I'd like to thank you, first of all, for coming on board, doing an excellent job showing everyone what the broker does. Just very quickly, guys, I'm going to answer some of your questions before we move on to the technical part. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to meet you all at the Freedom Trader Intensive. I will be there on the Sunday, teaching you actually a little bit more about leverage, how to use CFDs, and things like that. I've been trading now for 10 years, and I've seen some of these questions pop up. You know, what's important about a broker? Why this broker? Now, the biggest question I ask myself, and again, I've been trading for 10 years, so I've been through quite a lot of different brokers. Let me tell you that. And the most important thing, number one, is, are they regulated? Which RoboMarkets clearly is. Number two is the customer support. Now, the fact that a broker has taken its time out, literally coming in person to go through its platform, gives you a contact, which is phenomenal. For me, having that support when I'm just starting something new and a little bit scary is so important. And we'll talk more and more about that at the end of this webinar. Number two, in terms of your leverage that you're using, it can be more dangerous if you're not using correct risk management. Now, the good news is we're all going to learn risk management, and I'm going to be taking that section for you guys on the Sunday. So, because we are using good risk management, we will actually not be risking any more in terms of our money. And every broker, including RoboMarkets, offers what's known as a stop loss. Now, stop loss is what's going to prevent us from losing more than what we wish to lose. So again, I'm sorry for stopping you just there. I thought, let me answer a few of these questions, introduce myself very quickly. I'll also jump on at the end after you're done. So go ahead.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's absolutely right. 100% agree with every point that she mentioned, and I'm glad that he's going to meet you face to face and cover all your queries and questions. So I'll take it a little slow here in our platform. This is one of our platforms. This is our trader. Our trader's main focus is stock trading, to be honest. So let's go through the platform real quick. Here we'll have where you'd enter your instrument. So if you click I hope you can see the search, you're able to see US stocks, the German stocks, and Swiss stocks. So let's go through the US stocks. You have quite a variety of stocks here to look at. Actually, RoboMarkets offers almost 8,700 stocks to choose from. So it's a huge list of stocks to go through. Chances are, if you're looking for a company to invest in, probably you'll find it with us. So let's say I'm looking for Apple. So I'm going to go for Apple, and there it is. And you have here the stock, which is what the instrument is. It's a stock. And next to it is the exchange where it's traded on. And the small flag on the right just further indicates that it's a US stock. So let's click on Apple. And voila, we have the Apple chart. So this is a chart. This is how a chart looks like. Technically, I'm sure Hirishi will go in more detail on how a chart works. So let's go through the little simple aspects of our trader. We here have chart layout. So you can see...
Sorry, just to stop you, I see a lot of people are saying the slide is stuck. What you need to do, guys, if you're stuck on the slide, just click on the screen and it should update. So click on the actual screen itself and it should update you to the most recent screen that you should be seeing. So have a look. So try clicking on the screen. That's what worked for me. I kept clicking on the screen each and every slide, and it kept updating to the newest screen because I can see the screen absolutely fine. Sorry, go ahead.
Is the screen okay for you, Hirishi?
Yeah,
can you see the platform fine?
Yes, you're looking at Apple, correct?
Yes, I'm looking at Apple, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
right,
it is working for me. I guess if it's, maybe you'll have to reconnect if it's still not working for you. But yeah, it is working for me. Can you move your mouse just a bit? Let me just see. Yep, I can see your mouse moving.
Yeah, okay. All right, so a good question here I got was, what's the difference between RTrader and MetaTrader 4? It's a very good question. It's simpler to use, number one. It's quite simple. I'm going to go through it now in 10 minutes, and you would be able to navigate your way around. Just finding the symbols and the list of symbols is much faster with RTrader than it is with MT4. You would need to take several more steps with the MetaTrader 4 than with RTrader. So let's go back here. So you can have several layouts. You can see up to 6 screens with RTrader. And the beautiful thing is I can have 10 browsers, and on each browser I can open the platform. So I can actually trade 6 times 4 browsers, 24 charts at the same time. You can also navigate and check your charts to be bigger, and you can also see just one big chart like I'm opening now for Apple. Great. Next is the time frame. Let's say I choose 5 minutes. What that means is every candlestick represents 5 minutes of time. So if you want to see a broader view of Apple's performance, you would click, let's say, the 1 week view, which each candlestick represents 1 week of time. So as you see on April 4th, 2016, or 9th of May 2016, Apple was at $89.75 per share, and Apple today is at $162.79 per share. So in approximately 2 years, Apple has doubled, almost doubled in value. Okay. As you said, if the slide is stuck, just click on the screen and then it should reconnect. Next. So here we have chart type. There's 4 chart types. There's the candlestick chart is what we're looking at now, which shows the high, the low, the open, and the close, which is important things to read in a candlestick chart. So you're able to see if the candle is green, that it opened here, and then it closed up here. You would need more in-depth information, which Hirishi, I'm sure, will provide for you regarding candlestick charts.
Amma, do you want to try restarting? It looks like there's a lot of people saying that they cannot see the screen, or maybe doing what you did before.
You can see it though, yes?
So, guys, first of all, nothing to worry about. This is all being recorded. You'll be getting the recording on our side, and I've been seeing everything moving. So, first of all, let's calm.
I'll try to enlarge as well for you guys.
Yeah. So I mean, things happen. So, but this is all being recorded, so not to worry. We do have to obviously go through this. I am going to go through this all again. So don't ever worry. I am going to go through all of this again on the 2 days. I'll be there. You can come up to me. So this is all extra information to get you prepared, to get you in the best situation you can be before the actual event. So don't worry. We're going to have a rewatch of this. There's going to be recorded. So don't stress out. Let's just I think just let us know again. Yeah, if it does freeze perfect, we will try and reconnect. But let's keep going. Go for it.
All right. Okay, guys, let's continue. I'll try to go slower to see the people that are not able to connect properly are able to reconnect. I've zoomed in the screen a little bit so you have a better view. This is not how the platform usually looks like, but we just did it in order for you to be able to see better. So, as I was saying, there's 4 chart types. There's the line area chart, which you usually would see, let's say, when you're watching CNBC. That's the kind of chart you would actually see. The line chart, which is just a basic line chart. And the area chart. So there's different chart types. It depends on your preference. This is what you can use in order to see how the stock is moving. Let me explain what a chart is. So if I take my mouse and I click it here, I can see the date is 20th of June 2016. And I can see on the right side of the chart that it was $93.61. It's just showing you the growth of Apple, how Apple has grown throughout the years. Now, if you want to see a more recent view of Apple, let's say 15-minute chart. So this is a recent view of Apple. So Apple has dropped a little bit in value, $162 now compared to how it was, let's say, on the 18th of April, which was $177. This looks more significant because the time frame is shorter. So you can either look at the big picture or the current picture in order to trade Apple. For people that trade long term, they look at the big picture. So the long-term view, and the people that trade shorter term, they see the shorter term view of the Apple, of any instrument actually. So with our trader, you can add another instrument to the chart. So if I want to compare Apple to another instrument, I can. I'm not going to go through it, not to go too deep into the platform at the moment. Then we have different indicators, which are tools that you can add to your platform or to your chart to see, to give you more indication of where the market is going. Example, this is the Bollinger Band. This is just an example. Next, I can see here through this tab what indicators I have. So I can just close this indicator and I can see that I'm viewing Apple. Finally is an expansion tool. So you can expand the chart to take the whole page and remove all the sides or your favorites. And you can change colors. You can change the colors of the line chart, the area chart, and let's choose a fill color. I want it red, and I can change the fill color. So you can suit the chart to be best for you. Also, it's nice to, depending on the time of day, to look at different colors of your chart, or each chart has a different color in order to distinguish which ones you have. These are several other tools you can use. You can later on open a demo account with our trader, or Hirishi can go through more detail and see all the different tools you can go through here. Now, just for the sake of simplicity, I'm not going to go into much detail, but I'm going to, let's say I want to buy Apple. So I choose here. I can go through this area here from here, and I could choose how many shares do I want. So let's say I want 50 shares of Apple. This is how much it's going to cost me in terms of commission. It's going to charge me, the RoboMarkets is charging me $2 for this transaction to buy 50 shares of Apple. And this is how much margin I need to have. So I need to have 406 essentially dollars in margin. Luckily, I'm working with 1 to 20 leverage. I have a balance of 50,000, equity of 50,000, and 50,000 in margin. So our trader, unlike the MT4, actually gives you how much margin you need to have in order to open this position and be in the okay, let's say. So I have more than enough margin to open 50 shares. So I'm going to go ahead and buy. This is just unlocks a confirmation of one-click trading. So I opened 2 orders. So I bought 50 shares of Apple. My position is open. It opened at this price. Now, what Hirishi was talking about, the take profits and stop loss, that can be set here. This is the take profit, and this is the stop loss, which are risk management tools. Hirishi is going to go through them later. You can set them through the RTrader platform as well. When I want to close my position, so I've had enough, let's say I've made some money or accepted my losses, I just click close all and successfully close my positions. Essentially, that's it. As I said, if you believe the price is going to go up, you buy. If you believe the price is going to go down, you sell. So that's how it usually works. There's different order types as well. It's important to note there's market orders, limit orders, and stop orders. Again, it's a bit more complex at this time. And we do have, yes, we do have Bitcoin in the RTrader platform, as well as many other things, many other instruments. You can add your own watch lists. You can create your own favorite lists. You can check top gainers, so top performing stocks, and top losers, which is stocks that have dropped in value, and volume leaders, which is stocks that are, let's say, have high volume. You can check them all here, and directly from here, open a chart. So this is basically the stock RTrader platform. There's, of course, so many more things I could talk about when it comes to the RTrader platform. However, it requires for you to understand the basic concepts of trading, which Hirishi is going to help you through and walk you through all those steps. Any questions before I move on with the slides? I apologize, guys. I understand it's not working on your side. However, on my side, it looks okay. As Hirishi said, everything is recorded. So you are going to go back through the recordings, and you can be able to see the video and follow up with me and go through the process. And my suggestion is, when you go through the recording, is to save all the questions to ask him when you see him live. Again, I apologize. I am trying to do my very best to present our products and our services, and hopefully when you decide to join RoboMarkets, I'm able to help you as well in a more direct manner. So slides. And basically that's it. I was hoping you would have some questions for me. I'm more than open for them. Let's do a few Q&A questions on our services. Any questions you have, any doubts you have, I'm more than happy to answer them. Go ahead, please.
I've got a few questions.
So,
first question. If I decide that I don't want any leverage, I actually want to buy the stock, is there any way for me to use zero leverage on your platform?
Of course. With our trader, you can have what we call one-to-one leverage. What that essentially is, you're trading with only your funds. So you are using zero leverage, you're trading one-to-one, and it's a fantastic deal because you don't pay swaps at the same time. It's possible to trade with leverage and with zero leverage.
Okay, perfect. We've got some people asking about typical fees here.
All our fees are on our website. You can, because it depends on your leverage, it depends on the instrument, but usually, as you saw, for opening one stock, it's $2. Usually, it's the minimum. So if you open up to, I think, 200 stocks, the minimum is $2.
Perfect. I can see some questions coming in about leverage. So, for example, what does 1 to 20 leverage actually mean?
Okay, guys. So basically, the reason leverage is there is for you to understand that at one point it was very difficult for a typical investor to enter the market with just his funds. So we had people with $500, $1,000 that couldn't technically open a position because they didn't have enough funds to do so. So leverage was made in a form, again, quote unquote, a loan. Not a loan, but it increases your margin. It allows you to have more buying power. However, it does run with its risks, which we talked about, Hirishi, that with the risk is that the higher the leverage, the higher the risk, and vice versa, the higher return. So let's say I have $100 and I want to try to trade and I can't, and my broker gives me 1 to 100 leverage. It's $100 times 100. So I'm having $10,000 worth of buying power.
So in other words, let's say I'll try and give you a different example, guys. Let's say that you wanted to buy a stock which was £10,000. The stock was the share was £10,000. Typically, for you to buy one share, you would need £10,000. Now, let's say you had leverage of 1 to 20. That means you would only need to put down 5%, because 1 to 20 is 5%. You're getting 20 times the margin, which means you only need to put down £500 as your margin requirement for you to place that trade. What does that mean? Well, that means you can get into trades now which you couldn't get into before. Not to worry, again, we've got a whole presentation based on this on the weekend, and I'm going to show you some live examples of the benefit of using leverage. However, the big question is, people seem to think, okay, but using more leverage means more potential loss. In theory, yes. However, when you're using good risk management, so we're going to go through a risk management strategy, which enables you to make sure you only end up risking what we set out to risk. So in our case, and again, I'm going to go into more detail on the weekend, we will be risking 1% a trade, regardless of how much leverage you're using. Whether it's 1 to 20, 1 to 100, we will be using 1% of our whole account per trade. So it is no more risky than traditional trading if, and the big question is, if we are using good risk management.
I agree with you, Hirishi. Also, as you mentioned, just want to touch up on a point, which is the stop loss. What a stop loss essentially is, and the take profit. A stop loss prevents you losing. You can set a stop loss to say, I don't want to lose more than X amount on this trade. And you would set that stop loss. And it is what the word is, a stop loss. Of course, there's volatile market movements and something, the stop loss could be executed a little bit later, but you're always controlling your losses at any point. So it's very important as a trader to set your stop loss once you open a trade, to make sure if you're not in front of your computer and you walk away, that somehow your trade is still a little bit under control and your losses are monitored. Any more questions, guys? Okay, seems that there's no more questions. But what I would like to touch up on finally before, let's say we say goodbye, first I'd like to again apologize to you guys about little technical issues here and there. I did try to do my best. Hopefully the video would help. The second thing is about stock trading with RTrader and with RoboMarkets, and why choose RoboMarkets, which is a very good question. RoboMarkets is a company that's been stable in the market for quite a while. We are a well-established company, and once you join us as a customer, you would understand that we are a no-nonsense company. We do take our obligations towards our customers very, very seriously. We do follow our regulations to the T, and we make sure we make sure that you're protected as much as we can. We try to also provide our clients the best tools we can possibly provide, which is, as I said, through 24-hour support, a variety of instruments, over 8,700 instruments only in RTrader alone, a variety of trading platforms, from the biggest trading platforms to proprietary trading platforms, which is RTrader. We'll also provide you with the tools you need, analytical tools, which is, as soon as you become a client, you get free Close on Horse Analytics, which provide you an intensive view of the market or how it's going. Just like you would watch CNBC, you would be able to read all the fundamental news and the upcoming company news and so on. And we're continuously upgrading and improving our products and services. We don't stop. We are always looking at improving the customer experience, improving the products, and moving forward. Just as, let's say, somebody mentioned cryptocurrency has started in the market, we've also added it to our platform because our clients would like to see it. So as a client of RoboMarkets, we would like to say that we welcome you to the company if you choose to join us, and we look forward to all your feedback and all your suggestions as well.
Excellent, thank you. I also want to add something on. I know we've been on for like an hour now. But I want to add something on in terms of your preparation, guys, for the event. We are going to be using RoboMarkets to go through the charting on the event. So if I was you, what would be the best way for me to gain the most amount of knowledge and the most amount of information? I don't want to be at the event. If I was you, putting myself in your shoes, I don't want to be at the event thinking, oh, how do I use this? Or what is this? I want to be familiar with the platform, even if it's just me messing around, placing a few random trades. I want to be familiar with the platform. Now, again, you can have a demo account, which is very important because you're not risking any money. It's just a demo account. So they put in essentially fake funds in the account for you, where you can mess around with the account. Place a few trades, get to know how to look through the different instruments. That way you're preparing yourself, you're doing a bit of homework before coming on to the event. Meaning where some people who haven't done their homework may struggle when we're talking about the platform, you already know, okay, yeah, that's how I do that, that's how I do that. So it's all about preparation. What can you do before coming on to make the whole process easier and gain the most amount of knowledge from the actual event? Now, please remember to sign up for all the webinars. There's another third webinar on the 26th of April, which is a Q&A webinar, which I suggest you guys go and do as well. So make sure you do sign up for that webinar. I've just been reminded to let you guys know that. Any other information you want to share, Amar?
Just something briefly about me, guys, just to let you know that I have been working in the financial industry close to a decade now. I understand that you want to see variety and you want to see more than the time that allows us to. I just want to give you a little bit about me. I did work in a lot of companies. I worked in the back end, the front end of the financial companies, institutional clients as well, institutional companies. And I would suggest, honestly, as Hirishi mentioned, go open an account, see what we have to offer, read the FAQs, read reviews if you'd like about robo markets online, and make up your mind on how to connect with a broker. Because I saw a question that you don't have variety to see different brokers, and that's true. And I commend you on that question. You should go and see what robo market has to offer, and I assure you that the amount of instruments and amount of the offers that we have, the amount of things that any trader would find as a vital point of his trading experience, we can provide. So that's all. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you, Harishi, also for your time. Again, apologies for technical issues, and hope to talk to you all soon again.
Amar, thank you. You did a fantastic job. Again, I cannot commend you enough for doing this, taking the time out. For a broker to take their time out to go through their platform, and I promise you, robo markets is like this throughout. I've worked with many brokers. I would just say, go and see it yourself. Their customer support is fantastic. So that's really it for me. Clarine, do you have anything you wanted to add? Hello, Clarine? Hello, can you guys hear me, first of all?
I can hear you.
Okay, let's find out where everyone is. Okay, so everyone can hear me. Well, I guess that's it. If there's nothing else anyone wants to add, again, please remember to sign up for the other webinars. We will have a Q&A webinar. I'll be on it, and you guys can ask me anything really that you have for the event, the FTI event. And again, I will be there on the Sunday, so make sure you do come up to me, ask me any questions in person as well. They're asking, where do we find the Robo Market demo account? If you just want to quickly show them where they can sign up.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Usually, you would have to open an account. So remember when I was showing you how to open an account, you would have to open an account, and then from there you would find a demo account. So let me just 1 second. Let's go through. Our trader demo account. So these are two separate things. If you're looking just to have a demo account of the platform, that's one thing. If you're looking on how to find open a demo account through Robo Markets, you have to go through the registration process that I went through before. If you want to just try out our trader, this platform specifically, the easy way is I'm going to copy the link now onto the chat so you can have it. 1 second. I hope you received the link. Did you receive the link, Harishi? Yeah, there we go.
Yep,
so that's the link. Great. So that's the link for our trader. You would go to demo in this case. And there you would register through, let's say, Robo Markets area. Now, the second option is to log out. For me, 1 minute, so I can show you how it works. And you would just go sign up. And from sign up, from this link, you would enter a username, a password. So let's do it together. I will use my name and 2020 and password. Email. and then photo, and then choose your country. My advice is to enter your correct details. I'm just entering it now to make it faster. Sign up. One second. So that's it. Voila, you'll be able to have your own demo account where you can try. So just go to the link, click sign up, and then you have a demo account. You have 50,000 in balance, a leverage of 1 to 20. You can try out. I hope that helps. Yes, the Belgians can use the platform. It's absolutely fine. Anybody, we accept clients from Belgium. It should be fine. Try the platform. Try to trade stocks. By the way, if you're trying in the morning, trying to open a stock for, let's say, Apple, and it doesn't work, usually it's because it's outside market hours. You do have to work within market hours. So when the market opens, the exchange opens, then the market opens. So in the morning, if you try to open a trade for Apple, might not work. My suggestion is just to move on to the more European stocks, like the German stocks, and try to open for the German stocks by going to the question mark, German, and just pick any stock. Favorite stock is DAX, and just pick the DAX stock, which is an index, and just trade that one if you want to try test the platform out. And towards more at night time, you can go for the Apple when the market opens. Any more questions? Language, yes, language can be changed from here. So we have Russian, Polish, Chinese, Deutsch, Spanish, Arabic, Malaysian, and Czech for now. Yes, Mario, you can change it to German. Any other questions? Don't forget, if you like your layout, save your layout. So when you log in again, you have your layout ready. So if I like this layout, I can name it stock, and I save it. And this time when I log in again, I can have the way it looks be saved. Harish, I think that's it. We finally answered all the questions.
Perfect. What I would suggest you do, guys, is sign up for your real account. But while that's still getting processed, do the demo account, play around with it so you're familiar. Again, put yourself in the best possible place to get the most out of the weekend. And don't forget to sign up for the other webinars that are coming up.
Okay.
So, okay,
ahead.
everyone. So thank you everyone for joining this webinar. We will see you guys 2 days later, okay? On the 26th of April for the last webinar. I will share you guys the link in case you guys haven't registered yet.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
We would like to thank you, Amal and Yusri as well, to join us for today.
Thank you.
Here is the link for you to register for the last webinar. Thank you. Bye.